Good day, everyone. It's time for weather news with J7409. The name you know, the news you can use. I appreciate you joining me for weather news, and we're going to get right to it. I'm going to talk now nothing but about the snow that's going to be happening for Missouri, coming across Kentucky, Illinois, Indiana, West Virginia, and how it will affect portions of the Appalachians and portions of North Carolina. This map, of course, courtesy of Tropical Tidbits. Thank you, Levi. Let's turn it on, and here we go. Now, this is what everything is looking like. I'm talking about nothing about weather but this system that is going to be moving through, bringing snow for the weekend. Now, the trough moves east across central and southern Rockies this morning, with significant snow continuing in the upslope region of the Colorado Rockies, west of the developing low-level cyclone. Then, what's going to happen as the upper trough moves east across the southern plains through tonight? A developing deformation band of snow across the central plains and to the mid-Mississippi will produce significant snows across this region. Now, the models have also been trending a little more amplified in the northern stream, supporting a tighter deformation zone and heavier precipitation extending back across portions of Kansas and southern Nebraska. Strong upper forcing is expected to help support moderate to heavy precipitation ahead of this low, with thermal profiles suggesting periods of heavy wet snow from the mid-Mississippi Valley into the lower Ohio Valley. Now, despite low snow to liquid ratios due to the warm air, this initial period of snow tonight into tomorrow, followed by a second period of snow as the trailing calm ahead moves through later in the day, is what's going to result in heavy accumulations across this region. Probabilities are up to a foot across central Missouri and the St. Louis area. Also, you're going to have ice to worry about, my friends. Icy mix should result in some significant ice accumulations across southern Missouri and the Ozark region of Arkansas. The probabilities for a quarter-inch or more of ice over southern and central Missouri, of course, the probabilities will drop lower in the northern Arkansas area because the air will be warmer. Now, the system becomes flatter and more progressive aloft by tomorrow night. Now, what's going to happen then? Lighter precipitation with marginal thermal profiles is supporting less potential for heavy snows further east along the Ohio Valley and into the central Appalachians. Moderately high probabilities are looking like 4 inches or in a swath that you could be getting from south central Illinois, east to the southern Ohio area, and over the central Appalachians. Now, we're going to have to monitor this low photogenesis on the 925 millibar model of this warm front tomorrow night because it could produce enhanced swaths east across the central mid-Atlantic. We're not quite sure yet. We're going to have to monitor it when it gets closer to the mid-Atlantic. Now, with the trend toward a flatter and more progressive system moving across the Ohio Valley, all of the model consensus continues to have the coastal low developing and tracking farther south off the Carolina coast, resulting in lighter snow amounts for the mid-Atlantic and little snow for North Carolina Saturday night and Sunday. However, with a strong surface wedge in place, significant icing events for the east from the crest of the southern Appalachians into the adjacent Piedmont of North Carolina is very possible. Okay, we do have that chance of icing, and it could be as much as 0.25 inch of ice or more across portions of western North Carolina and the Piedmont area, also going back up into the Appalachians, along with the snow probabilities for you guys along the Appalachians is around 4 inches. So that's what I've come to try to get together for you this morning on the storm that is about to hit. Not only that storm, if you've been looking at this map closely as it runs through all of the arrows, you see, look at all the other storms that are going to be building up. It is January. It is winter. But most of these storms, now some are coming from out west, but look at all the ones that have come up and come across. Here comes another one. I think when it gets down to the very end of the month, here's one right here. I think it's like 2 or 3, possibly 4 more chances of heavy, heavy snow that will go all the way up into Maine. Who knows? We could have snow down here in North Carolina or South Carolina. It's too far out to tell, but these systems are going to be making up, so we're going to have them in the future to watch. And what we're looking at here, courtesy of Tropical Tidbits, is the NAM 12KM map. This is for the next 3.5 days. This is what it should be looking like. So let's turn it on and get it rolling. Now, of course, we do have this winter storm expected from the Central Plains to the Mid-Atlantic through early Sunday. Now, the moisture is going to begin to surge northward across the southern plains by early today as this front develops in association with a surface low over the northern portion of Texas. Now, as this frontal system progresses eastward, showers and some thunderstorms ahead of the front, as I was talking earlier about, are going to move across central Texas this afternoon and evening. And by tomorrow evening, showers and thunderstorms should become more numerous across the deep south as a warm front lifts northward from the Gulf of Mexico. Now, the more significant facet to the storm system, of course, is the winter weather impacts. Today, heavy snow is expected to occur along the Colorado Rockies and northern New Mexico areas. From Friday night into Saturday, widespread snow is forecast to affect areas from the Central Plains to the western portions of the Ohio Valley. The heaviest snowfall accumulations with this event are currently anticipated across northern Missouri and central Illinois, with amounts of 8 to 12 inches. Now, there should also be a zone of sleet and freezing rain, as I've talked about all week, across the Ozarks, extending across Kentucky and towards the southern Appalachians. Now, by Saturday evening into early Sunday, the wintry precipitation is going to begin to move across the Ohio Valley and then the Mid-Atlantic region, with snow developing across much of Virginia and West Virginia, and lighter snow north of Maryland. The wintry weather is just going to be moving on offshore. It should lighten up as it moves offshore. Now, the Pacific Northwest and the Intermountain West areas will have precipitation taper off by today, with most of the activity occurring in British Columbia, a front which will approach California this evening, increasing rain chances and higher elevation snow. Precipitation is expected to continue for Southern California by tomorrow. I'll try to be back later, but Brad's coming today. How about that? Yes, I'm all tickled pink as pink lemonade. Anyway, everybody knows who Brad is. He's my nephew who was with me through Hurricane Florence. But we're looking at the watches and warnings map. I'm not going to click, but I'm going to tell you about what's going to happen. Wherever you see this pink, winter storm warning. You're not getting out of it. This is where the heaviest of the snow bands are going to be, right in this area. Okay, when we come down here, this is winter storm watches in the blue. Now, take Indiana. You can get anywhere. It depends on what portion you're in. You can get anywhere from 4 inches to 6 inches to maybe 7 or 8 inches. Okay, when you come to central Kentucky, right in this area, you can get around 2 to 4 inches. I'm just picking out some places. We already know about Illinois and Missouri. That portions of Illinois can get 8 to 9. Missouri, you can get anywhere from 8 to a foot. New York, looking up in New York, this Lighter blue is wind chill. New York, you have a wind chill advisory. It should go out about 10 a.m. this morning. Your wind chill is making your temps feel 15 to 25 below zero. And when we go up to Maine, whoo, you guys got it cold. It feels like 30 below zero, okay? You're under this warning until 10 a.m. tomorrow. And of course, Florida, you're still, and portions of Georgia, you are still under this frost freeze for tonight. So that's a quick check of your weather, what it is actually looking like. To my knowledge, I could be right, I could be wrong, but I'm telling everybody in this area, go ahead and prepare. And don't go out in it once it starts, especially from Missouri to Illinois to Indiana, this little swath of Ohio, unless you have to. The wind's going to blow. It's going to be cold. It's just going to be a mess, and then it's going to turn to ice as we get over here in this area right in here as it marches on through, with a combination of snow, wet snow, ice, and maybe some rain. Take care. Please subscribe if you haven't. I would appreciate it so much. Have a good day, a safe day, a blessed day, and peace, love, and kindness to each of you. Thank you so much for watching.